Welcome, dear friends, to a world where snowflakes fall silently and the midnight air holds a chill both familiar and strange. Here, in the glow of winter's long shadows, holiday cheer mingles with whispers from the unknown. This is a place where mysteries lie beneath frosted branches and old tales come to life in the quiet hush of Christmas night. As you settle in by the warmth of your own hearth, let this tale unfold gently, guiding you into a season of wonder touched with just a hint of darkness. Tonight we bring you The Graveyard Mouse Who Saved Christmas. In a quiet, forgotten corner of the world, an old graveyard lay neglected and overgrown, its ancient tombstones half obscured by a tangle of weeds and vines. Few dared to venture into this eerie, shadowed place, for an air of melancholy and unease seemed to cling to the weathered gravestones. And yet, deep within the graveyard's heart, a small, grey mouse named Whiskers had made his home, scurrying through the cracks between the crumbling monuments and foraging for crumbs left behind by the occasional uneasy visitor. As Christmas approached in the nearby town, the air grew thick with the sounds and smells of the season, twinkling lights, cheerful carols, and the enticing aroma of freshly baked goods. But the graveyard remained as gloomy and untouched by holiday cheer as ever, its sombre silence undisturbed. Unknown to the merry townsfolk, a dark curse had long ago been cast over this hallowed ground, trapping the very spirit of Christmas and threatening to spread its bleak influence beyond the graveyard's bounds. One bitterly cold evening, as Whiskers scurried between the tombstones, he noticed a faint, flickering light emanating from the oldest and most decrepit crypt in the graveyard. Driven by his innate curiosity, the little mouse crept closer, wedging himself through a crack in the crypt's heavy door. There, trapped within the tomb, Whiskers discovered a small, glowing orb, the very essence of Christmas, imprisoned by the ancient curse that had robbed the graveyard of its holiday joy. The Christmas spirit, its radiance dimmed by its confinement, pleaded with Whiskers to break the curse before the stroke of midnight on Christmas Eve. If the spell was not lifted in time, the spirit warned, the magic of Christmas would be lost forever, not only to the graveyard, but to the entire surrounding town as well. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Whiskers knew he had to act quickly. And so the brave little mouse embarked on a perilous quest through the shadowed graveyard, encountering ancient, supernatural beings both friendly and foreboding. He befriended a group of playful, mischievous ghost children who had never experienced the joy of Christmas and eagerly joined Whiskers' mission. Together, they shared tales of their forgotten lives and their desperate longing to be remembered, especially during the festive season. As Whiskers and his spectral companions ventured deeper into the graveyard, they faced numerous challenges. They crossed a freezing stream guarded by a sorrowful ancient spirit and navigated a labyrinth of mausoleums watched over by eerie, silent stone gargoyles. Along the way, they uncovered clues about the curse, learning that it had been cast by a long-dead miser named Ebenezer Blackthorn, a man who had despised Christmas and died with a heart full of bitter resentment. At last, Whiskers and the ghost children reached Blackthorn's grand, imposing mausoleum, where the source of the curse lay hidden. To break the spell, Whiskers would need to retrieve a golden key buried deep within the tomb, and use it to unlock the crypt holding the captured Christmas spirit. But as the little mouse approached the mausoleum, Blackthorn's vengeful ghost emerged, determined to keep his curse intact and ensure that the graveyard remained a place of perpetual despair. In a dramatic confrontation, Whiskers and the ghost children faced off against the bitter spectre. Instead of fighting, however, they appealed to the long-buried humanity within Blackthorn, reminding him of the simple joys he had once known as a child during the Christmas season. Touched by their words and by Whiskers' unwavering bravery, the old miser's hardened heart began to soften, and he relinquished the curse, allowing Whiskers to unlock the tomb and free the Christmas spirit at last. With the curse lifted, the graveyard was transformed. Snow began to fall gently, and the once dull landscape sparkled with a renewed magical glow. the spirits of the graveyard, once bound in sorrow, found peace and were able to move on, leaving behind a warm, lingering presence that filled the hallowed ground with a sense of serene tranquility. Now freed from its prison, the rejuvenated Christmas spirit spread its joyful influence throughout the nearby town, ensuring that the Yuletide celebrations would be more heartfelt and radiant than ever before. And Whiskers, the small and unassuming mouse, became the hero of the graveyard, his brave actions remembered by the townspeople and the spirits alike as the reason the Christmas spirit would never fade. From that year on, the graveyard became a place of quiet beauty during the Christmas season, with townsfolk coming to leave wreaths and light candles, honouring the memory of those who had passed, and of the courageous little mouse who had ensured that the magic of the holiday would live on for generations to come. And so, as our story draws to a close, we leave behind the snowy paths and quiet mysteries of this winter's night. In the glow of the Christmas season, may you carry with you a touch of wonder, a sprinkle of magic, and the comforting warmth that only this time of year can bring. Thank you for sharing this tale with me, for braving the shadows and finding light in the heart of winter's dark. May your holiday be filled with joy, warmth, and a hint of the unexpected. Until we gather again for another story by the fireside, I wish you peace, cheer, and all the magic of the season. Thank you, and happy holidays.